to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen. Today we've got a reading for you about your intuition giving you a little bit of a nudge, and for some reason you feel like you need to walk away or leave the party, or maybe even deny or decline somebody's invite because you know things are going to get a little bit out of control, or because you know it's not really the circumstances you want to be around. And with the Nine of Batlets or the Nine of Swords being in the reverse, this ends up being something that is really like you're thankful for this decision later on. And it's all because you're paying close attention to your surroundings and listening to your intuition. So make sure you're looking out for this kind of intuitive message. It is meant to protect you from a difficult situation. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, my email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. We do have a members only live stream for the stars and the towers at 7 p.m. Central, which is just over 2 hours from now. Hey, how's it going, hon? Ah, that's too funny. All right, let's dive in with the Noisy Tarot and see what else we have for you all. Exactly. What else do we have? Wow, the Eight of Cups is clarified by the Eight of Cups in the reverse. It's making me think of Gwyneth Paltrow's movie from way back when. What was it called? Oh, this is going to drive me crazy. Sliding Doors. I think that's what it's called. A really old movie, but it's about Gwyneth Paltrow trying to make the public transportation, the train home. And based on whether or not she actually makes it to the train, she either catches someone doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, or she doesn't catch someone doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, and how those two paths differ. So this is basically going to give you a little bit of an insight, and I cannot believe this, you guys. Now we've got the Nine of Swords in the reverse. What was the second card that I got? The Nine of Swords in the reverse. So I've pulled the same two cards as the first two cards from two different tarot decks. The difference being one had the Eight of Cups in the upright, one had the Eight of Cups in the reverse. So there's two different realities here based on how you make a decision, or what time you show up at the party, or what time you leave the party, really. Hey, Lightning, how you doing? Hello, Kika, how you doing? Hey, Grindhard. I think you misunderstand, Matt, but that's okay. Stick around, you'll figure it out. So with the Page of Cups in the reverse, this is definitely saying the best course of action is to just not be in this place to begin with. Page of Cups in the reverse, you don't have to accept that invite. It's a fish in a cup. Who wants a fish in a cup? I'm sure you could think of other things that you would want in there, okay? Like money. I don't know. Beverage. Dr. Pepper. We've got Judgment in the reverse and the Tower. Why? Because you know that whatever this little event is, or whatever this get-together is, it's gonna get crazy. Maybe you already know that somebody is looking for a fight. Maybe you already know that there could be some big reveal, or, you know, somebody who doesn't know how to handle their liquor. So you don't have to go at all, right? Oh, that's awesome, Lightning. Hello, Lee. How are you doing? I wish upper echelon. So we have the Magician, the Hermit, and the Eight of Swords in the reverse. It's like coming through with a little reminder for you that you are the captain of your own ship. You make the choices. You have the resources, or you have the words to just tell somebody you're not interested, or at the very least to walk away or head home when you know it's time. Because I do feel like you're gonna get at least one little clue, one little like light flickering, or your phone does something weird. You're gonna know that it's time to get out of there. And with the Eight of Swords in the reverse, make sure that you're at a comfortable distance before the ish hits the fan, you know? Hey, Hope, how's it going? Ooh, that's weird. Yeah, sometimes YouTube does some weird things. Hello, Roland. Hello, Grindhard. Thank you. I'm writing your name down, but you don't have any questions, so you let me know if you got some questions, hun. Otherwise, I'm going to be taking that as a clue that we should send you some positive energy. You're cute, Hope. I like it. You're good. What else do we have? So don't feel bad. Do not feel guilt if you decide you are not sticking around. For some of you, this is like, oh, I don't want somebody to feel like we're in, you know, an argument. If I just feel like going home or I don't want to be here. If you feel like it's not a safe environment, or if you feel like it's not your responsibility to break up somebody's fight, or I don't know, stay later than you feel comfortable, like don't feel like you have to do something for someone else, because I do feel like there's a lot of drama. This could be like a family reunion for some of you, or even a wedding, but you don't have to be there longer than you feel comfortable. And for some of you, it's like, maybe I don't want to be there at all, you know? Hello, Tasneem, how you doing? I hope you're having a good day, Johnny. Good luck with that situation. Hello, Steven. How's it going? We've got Temperance in the reverse. This is a problem waiting to happen, and I feel like multiple people expect there to be an argument, so it feels like it's a continuation. Like, I haven't seen you in a while, but because the two of us have some reason to be in the same place, I'm just looking for a reason to start a fight. And it's really just because I never really got to say what I wanted to the last time. So holding on to a grudge or carrying some resentment from a previous situation seems to be the problem here. And you already know that it's possibly going to cause some issues. So it's like, maybe for most of you, you're just kind of like not sure it's even worth going. Hello, Matt. Hello, Lightning. Wait, I've already said hi to you. You'll get an extra one, it's okay. Hello, Minimum, how are you doing? We're gonna have to stick to some more appropriate questions there. You are welcome to stay in the live chat, but just keep in mind I do time people out if they get out of hand. Hello, Sania, how are you doing? Hello, Shane. Sania, I will take personal questions at the end of the general reading if we get to $15 in tips, with priority to those who have tipped. So we've got the Sun and the Page of Candles. So the first one was the Page of Cloaks that we got from that other deck. That is the same thing as the Page of Candles. They both correlate to fire, so Page of Wands energy. The Sun says, they who dream by day are cognizant of, those who dream by day are cognizant of many things which escape those who dream only by night. So daydreamers have an edge on someone, right? They're able to see things in a different way. And I feel like this is talking about your general disposition. We've got someone here who sees the negative in everything and they're looking for a fight. Are they intending to fight with you? Possibly. Or they're just looking for a fight with whomever happens to be there. But it's clear that there's a different mood or energy, that the two of you don't really approach things the same way, right? I got you, Grindhard. Let's see. I'm sorry there was an argument. All right, I've got that written down. Thank you, hon. Hello, Carla. How are you doing? Hello, Elena. That works, Grant. The Page of Candles or the Page of Wands says, if I can only get a good look at them, I can soon tell who they are. I do think that there is possibly going to be a crime. Whatever the situation is, there could be a fight that gets physical. There could be someone who is taking something that is not theirs, damage to property, but I do feel like there is someone who gets out of control or lets things escalate more than they really should. Queen of Candles or Queen of Wands says, "O lady dear, hast thou no fear? Why and what art thou doing here?" Excuse me, I said the wrong word. Why and what art thou dreaming here? Interesting, because we were talking about daydreams earlier. Sure thou art come o'er far off seas, a wonder to these garden trees. So you could be traveling when this happens, you know, not be in your own neighborhood when this happens. And this could be somebody who you even have a little bit of a dream about, or you feel like maybe something could be a little bit off about this person. No, I got you, Grindheart. Hello, Jewel. How are you doing? Hello, Brian. Brouhaha. Hello, Alex. What's up? So we've got the Three of Paws, which is the Three of Pentacles. With these materials and with the aid of my trowel, I began vigorously to wall up the entrance of the niche. Now, if you read Edgar Allan Poe, you may know what this is referring to, or what was in the niche that they were vigorously trying to hide, right? I do think that there is somebody here who's going to have a little bit of an attempt of a cover-up or try to avoid accountability because of things escalating. And this is just like, you don't want to be around for this. You don't want to be a witness. You don't want to be dragged into something. You don't want to be potentially like concerned about your own safety. So it's just like, listen to your intuition about this. Let's see. This is the Jack-o'-lantern Tarot. Hello, Michelle. I see you're back again. I do remember already putting you in a timeout, and I can't remember if you were the one where you're talking about the person in the reading or me. So I'm going to ask you to clarify, and then we'll go from there, because I don't want to time you out unnecessarily. You're correct, Lightning. Hello, is it Shaf? How you doing? Hope, I believe this is, it's the niche. Oh, I wish I had my book right next to me. I would look for the illustrations for it because it's so good. This would be the, is it the Black Cat or is it Leonora? You guys, now I'm doubting myself. And I can't, oh wait, maybe I can look it up here. No, I don't know if it's worth all that. I'm gonna reply to this because now it's bothering me. But he is putting a person back there. Like, he's trying to evade culpability and, you know, if you will, kind of like burying someone back there. So hence the concerns with regards to like, is this person being shady, or is it worse than that? Is it something that could escalate, you know? Hello, Kim. You're welcome to comment, but I do need to be able to read it so that I don't have anything that's offensive. So if you could put it in English, that would be helpful. Thank you, Lightning. I'm going to write down your question for you. Mia, it's a general reading, generally for like the first 30 minutes, sometimes longer, up to 45 minutes. And then I often do personal questions with priority to those who have tipped or donated. But I also do like to do some freebies, questions that I choose at random, kind of random. It's really about the question itself that you're asking, right? Like if you're going to ask me, when will I be rich? I'm not going to answer your question because it's not, I don't know, indicative of spiritual growth, right? It does happen. So we've got Queen of Swords in the reverse and another Hermit. 10 of Wands in the reverse and the Devil. Yeah, we've got someone who has obsessive tendencies and they've been overthinking a situation. They're frustrated and it's like a powder keg. So when something doesn't go their way, or they feel betrayed by someone, or they feel like, I don't know, any little slight, they go off on someone. So because they are ready to fight, because they're looking for trouble, I think you pick up on the change in their energy, or you can tell that, like, you read the room, right? So don't stay around if it's something that you can tell would be escalating in an unhealthy way, right? I'm proud of you for making a change. Hello, Design. My name is Carmen. How are you doing? We've got the Six of Cups in the reverse, Queen of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. Yeah. A failure to let go of some immature behavior. This could be, you know, throwing a temper tantrum, having anger issues, lashing out at others, refusing to take accountability for their own actions, stealing something, breaking something that's important to you. You just don't need to be around this destructive behavior, right? There's better things for you to do. Hello, Rob. How are you doing? Hey, Laura. Hello, Marie. What's up, Key Controller? That's funny. Grant. Two Wands in the reverse and the Star. Your intuition is going to tell you this is not a good plan. So, look, have you ever been kind of like dragging your feet on going to a social event and then something little happens? For me, the example in my mind is I ended up falling and it was icy outside. This was back up in Minneapolis, and it tore my, like, I guess I would call them tights, and like ruined my outfit, right? I was like, okay, I guess I can't go, because it was like the last thing of, I don't know, like 6 or 7 things that went wrong. And I was just like no longer in the mood. Oh, I should not have been holding that card up. I'm going to get in trouble for that one, you guys. Why did you let me do that? YouTube hates it when we have the boobies. So oopsies. Anyways, the intuition that struck me at that moment was, why am I going through all of this trouble when I'd rather at this point just stay at home and do nothing, right? So we have someone who might have plans, or might have agreed to go somewhere, or might feel like they have to at least like make an appearance. That's fine, make an appearance. But don't hang out. Don't, like, you know, plan on staying, because it's just gonna get rowdy. It's gonna get uncomfortable. You don't need to be there for it. Hey, Mia, please don't repeat your question. Thank you, Lightning. I appreciate that. So we've got Ace of Swords in the reverse, the Fool, and the Four of Cups. You can totally just say you don't want to go. Maybe you don't feel well that day, right? Do you need a doctor's note? I can't pretend to be a doctor, though. I might get in trouble. It's like the universe is saying, we give you permission to come up with a little white lie if you need to get out of this, because you already know that there's going to be some... Am I allowed to say that? You already know that things are going to get a little bit dicey. So if you know that, don't like make yourself have to deal with it, right? For some of you, it's a little bit more acceptable for you to just bow out. And for others of you, you feel like you have to go for at least a little bit, right? I haven't. Is it bad? LOL. LOL. I don't, yeah, that's not what gifts are for, sweetheart. But I wish you luck. The thing is, I don't know that there's ever been really like a solid happily ever after story with somebody who's won the lottery. So I even like hesitate to like wish that on you because I feel like so many people just have troubles after that. So this invitation that you're going to get, it's from somebody or it involves somebody that has anger issues. I do see a lot of indecision from you about this because again, you have this intuition that's telling you it's probably going to be a horrible, no good party. And you're right. Are there going to be moments of awesome? Maybe. But you also have somebody who's a powder keg waiting for just like the littlest bit of offense before they go off on someone. And the cardboard bar. I don't know about that, Kika. I'm doing pretty well, but thank you. Oh, pretty on a pretty. That would be so disappointing, Grant. What would you do if there was nothing in there? That'd be so sad. Like, go get me some candy. I demand candy. That's true. So we've got the moon in the reverse, the wheel of fortune in the reverse, and the 4 of wands. Yeah. Someone has just like basically decided I'm gonna ruin this party, or I know that I'm angry, I know that I'm probably going to lose my temper, maybe I'm gonna flip a table, maybe I'm gonna tell somebody that I hate them, I don't know. They're just feeling a little bit wily. And with the 4 of wands, this is about your home. This is like, why not just stay home? Why not take some time for yourself, you know? For some of you, you feel like you have to go to this because of it being connected to your job. And that's saying do what you have to do, but do not stay for too long, right? Candy Mountain. Well, I sure hope not, Wolf. We have the Empress in the reverse. And the 7 of Swords in the reverse. If this is like a wedding and people are already tense leading up to the celebration, it's like someone goes above and beyond and does the unthinkable, like wears white and isn't the bride, or announces they're pregnant, isn't the bride, you know, like trying to steal attention. Or if this is like, you know, graduation or something like that, we have someone who is flipping tables, causing a scene. It's just not, it's not about that positive, loving energy that one would hope, or even respectful if it's a professional event. It just devolves really quickly and people are yelling, freaking out. You don't need to be around that, right? No, this is the general reading. We've got Queen of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles. So you have a choice, and you do want to be kind. You do want to be respectful. You don't want to be flaky, and you're going to have to use your free will to figure out what the right choice is. But for many of you, your choice is, I'm sorry, I just can't make it. It's just not going to work out, right? Yes, exactly. Amateur hour. Knight of Swords in the reverse, Page of Wands in the reverse. Queen of Pentacles and the Three of Wands in the reverse. This is impulsive, angry communication. Voices carry, now I have to say it that way. Voices getting louder, people losing their patience, someone trying to show up and calm everyone down. Hey, we don't need to like be screaming. Hey, everything's gonna be fine. What's the problem here? And I don't know that there's much of a, like, it feels like trying to calm this person down is impossible. With the Three of Wands in the reverse, it's like, it doesn't matter what I do. They're just going to continue to scream. They're going to continue to argue or maybe even physically fight. Probably too. Hello, Chris. How are you doing? Ooh, Lord. That sounds crazy, Heller. Hello, Papa. Thank you. Hello, Hector. Aw, are you being rude in my live chat? I'm just going to put you in a little baby timeout. If you want to come back in a little bit, you can, but you're going to have to be nice, okay? Eight of Wands, the Hermit, Four of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands in the reverse. This is some haterade. This is like nobody can get a word in edgewise. There's a bunch of screaming. There's a bunch of you did this first or you said that. And one person, I feel like this is your energy, stuck, not really able to do anything to calm anyone down, not able to improve on the situation, and feeling like it would have been best if you had just kind of held back or stayed back, not gone. Queen of Wands in the reverse, anger, frustration, maybe even some insecurity or jealousy here, but someone's looking for a fight. They are looking for a reason to be like vicious towards somebody. All right, let's get a little bit more from the Nightmare Before Christmas. That would be pretty awesome, wouldn't it? Hey, dude, how's it going? Beat me up. All right, what do we have? The Emperor in the reverse, a loss of control. King of Potions or King of Cups in the reverse, emotional outburst. Knight of Potions. Yeah. Maybe there's some immature energy here, you know, like this could be a younger group of people. This could be somebody who's never really been held accountable. I do think that it's difficult for whoever they are. This Emperor in the reverse is somebody who doesn't really feel like they get listened to unless they throw a tantrum, unless they really scream it out. Hello, Joe. How you doing? Oh, I hope it is, Wolf. No worries, Hope. If I have to, I can scroll back up. So we've got Two of Candles, or the Two of Wands, and the Nine of Needles, or Nine of Swords in the reverse. Again, right? We've already had that come out multiple times. And the Three of Candles, or the Three of Wands. So even if you've had plans to attend this, something may come up, use that. It's a reason for you to not go. You already know you're not supposed to be around this energy. I do feel like if you end up going, it's going to be one of those things where you're like, 30 minutes in and out, we're leaving, because I can't stay that long. Things are going to get crazy and I don't want to be here for it. So maybe it's about at least having like a timeline limit for yourself. I'm not going to stay longer than this because I know things are going to get weird. I'll make an appearance. No one can get mad at me. Here I am, 3 of Cups at the event. Take a picture. Okay, now I can leave. Now I can go home and watch that TV show. Or now I can go home and cook, you know? Ace of Presents or Ace of Pentacles in reverse. For some of you, this is a like theft or property damage. Like it could be somebody damaging your car, could be somebody stealing something that's important to you. But this is like, you've got to be able to look out for your own things. And this person is interested in causing you trouble. Or anyone, really. We have the Chariot. I feel like it has to do with somebody's car. I don't like that. Page of Candles, Page of Wands. This is that intuition that is telling you maybe it's best to be quick about it or to not go at all. And then we have the Moon, especially if this is an evening or a night event. And 2 of Potions or 2 of Cups. It could be a wedding. It could be someone that you're dating even. It could be a friend or somebody that you thought you could trust. But you could also get a warning from a close friend. This is just very much so saying you get a warning and your intuition is telling you this isn't where I should be or this isn't what I should do with my time. And you just need to make sure that you're paying close attention to that because it's trying to warn you that if you are to go, this could impact an opportunity or a blessing that is supposed to be for you. Just as an example, you get into a fight, this person starts throwing hands, you decide you need to protect someone, and then you injure your wrist, and now you can't go to the bowling league on Wednesdays. You know, something that's important to you gets put on a little bit of hiatus, or there's a problem here because of staying at this event or attending this event. Can't be driving out to talk. It's true. Then we have the Devil in the reverse. You have the ability to get out of this situation before things escalate. All you have to do is pay close attention to that intuition that is guiding you. I do think for some of you, it has to do with the moon itself. Because I'm really focused on the moon cards that we have. Or even just when the sun sets, right? Ah, look, it's my bedtime. It's getting dark outside. Gotta go home and put on my footy pajamas. We have the moon. I was just saying the moon was important, you guys. You remember that? Just rewind it a little bit. And I was saying that it might be somebody who's getting married, 4 of Wands, and there's 2 people getting married, and bro looks like he's about to like, maybe I shouldn't say that. Here, my dearest, choke on some bread. What is this? This party is gonna get uncomfortable. You don't need to be there for it. Did we just become best friends? Dang it. Now you're going to make me mix ketchup with mayo for my French fries. And the 4 of Pentacles. Sorry, Page of Pentacles. Yeah. Look, there's something else here that you can be working on. You do not need to be hanging out as long as you think you need to. For some of you, it's like you don't even really need to be there. Just think about what's more important and trust your intuition because it's warning you that things are going to get a little bit out of hand. And we don't need any problems for you. All right, I'm going to dig into those personal questions just to remind everyone. I've got questions for Grindhard and a question for Lightning. And I am going to do questions for Hope as well. Maybe not all of them, but at least 1 or 2. We still on the drum set. All right. So Grindhard asks, has she been talking about me in the last 24 hours? No. The Knight of Rings or the Knight of Pentacles. To be honest, I kind of feel like she may be kind of spending a lot of time on her own in the last 24 hours. I feel like her goal right now is, can I get through all of this BS without having to like interact with anyone? It's like, have you ever heard of the buckle game where you're trying to reach the back wall of that store without a salesperson talking to you? It's like her goal was, can I get through this day with nobody talking to me? Please, can we do that? Can we, is that a, so I think it's just kind of like trying to keep people at a distance right now. Does she miss grind hard? No, because she needs that space right now. Magician in the reverse, Nine of Swords in the reverse. It's not enough time for the missing you part because she really did need that time to herself, right? I wouldn't take that personally. Sometimes you just need some time to yourself, right? Is she feeling bad after the conversation? A little bit, yes. Wishing that she'd been more patient or compassionate. Feeling like maybe she was a little too focused on like what is important for her, not really considering things from your perspective. And does Grindhard still have a chance with his lady friend? Does Grindhard still have a chance with his lady friend? That was precarious. I'm trying to be like delicate here, but it is a very small choice or chance. And the scene that I saw was, so you're telling me there's a chance. Is there a chance? Yes, but it is small. Because I do feel like she is like clearing house, or she just wants like quiet. Nobody around her right now, right? Hello, Tate. How are you doing? Grindhard, I'm sending you a big ol' hug, and I'm proud of you for taking some time for yourself. Remember, there's somebody else here who has a thing for you, right? All right, we're gonna move on to Lightning's question, which is, will she ever let me go? Nine, 9. Nine of Rings, Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, which is literally a card that talks about codependency. I'm sorry, my friend. So this is interesting because I feel like it is half like, this is fate as far as what she's thinking about. And also like, you did me wrong. You need to make this right. But this person is very stubborn. Any chance they're an earth sign? Like, try and make me move. I'm not going anywhere, is what they're saying. Temperance in the reverse, King of Cups. I don't like this. I do feel like this is somebody who is struggling to feel good about themselves, and they feel like the way that they can feel loved or special is if someone loves them. And I do feel like this person is obsessed with or highly focused on you, basically feeling like the only way I can be happy is if I am with you. And that is a little bit concerning. So please be cautious. But I don't see them getting over you anytime soon. This person is obsessed. It's good advice, Grant. All right, Hope, if you could do me a favor and maybe just type up 2 questions. Does that work for you? I can't remember what it was. But I do feel like it was something about like guidance on contacting. Oh, you're so welcome, Lightning. If Grind Hard gives her the space she needs, will she come back? Let's see. It's not a guarantee. Lovers in the reverse, Two of Cups in the reverse is a little bit discouraging. I think right now it's basically dependent upon whether or not there's a mindset change. If she starts to look at things differently, whether that is how she looks at herself or how she looks at even like romance in general, right? But that is what needs to change in order for that to happen. Oh yeah, I do remember. And it's literally 999 today. Yeah, because it's 2025, that adds up to 9 as well, right? Yeah, I agree. Grind Hard, you've got plenty of things that are amazing out there that you can interact with, or people you can hang out with, or things you can focus on. Chill beans. I love that you all are so sweet and supportive. Thank you for doing that. All right. Hope, did we get your questions? Let me know. Oh Lord, misery, Stephen King. No. It's true. All right. Hope, I'm gonna scroll up and see if I can get, is the first question? If I can find it. I found it. What energies or considerations should I be aware of before I reach out to him? What energies or considerations does Hope need to be aware of before reaching out to him? Seven of Wands in the reverse, Two of Swords. Ace of Wands in the reverse, Four of Swords. Is this saying don't reach out to him? The consideration is, are you actually the person that should be doing the communicating? This feels to me like you should be the person waiting on them. That they should be the one initiating the conversation. So this is like, hold on, let's back it up to that decision beforehand, because I don't know that you should be taking on that responsibility. This Four of Swords is like, no, you should be like taking a little bit of a break from this person being unreasonable because they made you feel like this. So the question, not to be like too brash or blunt, is how long is it going to take for this person to like, may I say, be a man? Dare I say? And boop, Gracie with an apology, because this person did something that they need to reach out to you about. What guidance do cards offer regarding this relationship and its future? Oh, I'm sending a big old hug. I hope it gets easier for you. What guidance can we offer Hope regarding the relationship and its future? Death in the reverse, King of Swords, Empress. Five of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. So do not let this person impede you in your spiritual journey or your ability to grow as a person. If you feel like you need to sparkle less or be less yourself in order to be in their presence, then that is the expiration date of that relationship. They should not be holding you back. You should be supported for who you are and the path that you are meant to take. And I do feel like this person has like rules. I don't like their rules. Now, rules can be good. Rules can be very important. I don't like their rules. So the question is this person willing to change? Is this person willing to actually do right by you instead of just making promises, right? Because if not, there's somebody else out here who sees your potential, who sees your loving, compassionate side, and they may make you an offer that is difficult to refuse because it's delivered with maturity and like panache, you know? Like this person, this King of Swords, your current person, may be about to look a little bit foolish if they don't up their game because there's somebody else who's going to come in and be like, "Oh, I know how to treat you." I mean, they can watch if they want to learn. It looks like they don't know how to treat a lady. So I might get a little like, I don't know, contentious, little sassy. Hello, Rockets. How are you doing? Yes. Hello, Jessica. What cards do we have for Rockets World, please? Six of Swords in the reverse, Two of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. You may currently be dealing with somebody who gives you mixed signals, and it feels like right now it'd be the Six of Swords in the reverse, trying to figure out where I stand with somebody. I thought we had like a good thing going, or I thought we were doing pretty well. And then now I'm looking over here like wondering why you're taking longer to communicate, or wondering if you're, deciding that you want something different. And with this Nine of Cups, it's like asking you, is this how you want to feel? If you're looking for a connection, even if it's just platonic, but if you're looking to feel understood by someone in that context, whether it's friendship or relationship, you shouldn't be left wondering how this person feels after you've put in this effort. So just take a moment, step back, and think about what you want and how you deserve to be treated. And I think you'll realize somebody you're dealing with here is just like not up to the task, and you deserve better. Hello, Mamie. I can pull some cards for you. Mamie, we have the Lovers, the Five of Cups in the reverse, and the Moon. There's a choice here that you are faced with, and it is a very important choice for your life. I do think that there is something here that you are suppressing or trying not to feel. But the thing is, whatever you are suppressing seems to be the thing that you're supposed to be pursuing. The Five of Cups is in the reverse because whatever you're being pulled towards or whatever you feel is the right thing for you may not be what everybody else thinks that you should be doing. But if you were to ignore this, then you would feel regret or a sense of loss over it in the future. So maybe you got to kind of go against what other people think you should be doing. Maybe you kind of just got to let people like judge you for a little bit. But I think you know what you want when it comes to this major decision. Oh, I have to be careful with those cards because there's naked people on them. Sorry. It's the Lovers card though. So make the choice that you would be happy. If you were 5 years down the road and somebody asked you what could potentially happen from this question, are you going to regret choosing the other thing? You probably will. So don't make your choice based on other people. Yeah, no, live your life for yourself, okay? Now, I'm not telling you to be a selfish person who never thinks about other people, but there's something here where you're considering too much what other people expect, and you should just follow what you want. You're welcome. Oh no, my virtue. All right, y'all, I'm going to end it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. And if you're able to hype my reading, I would very much so appreciate it. And I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.